what we call as a vote chori. It's basically the way the BJP has stolen votes just to win elections and to ensure that they stay in power for as long as they want to. I think this is a very popular trend news that is happening right now because Mr. Rahul Gandhi has taken the bull by the horns, basically, and rightly so, because the kind of analysis and the kind of study that he had done, even with the limited resources that the party has, the Congress party has, shows that the ECI, or the Election Commission of India, is part and parcel with the BJP, and it's rearing its very ugly face, which is extremely sad for a democratic country like us, which an institution which is supposed to be autonomous and should not have any political influence, but is having a huge political influence from the BJP side. So the case in point is basically a study that has been done by the Congress in a particular, what should I call, Vidhan Sabha, right? I mean, Assembly Election Constituency, which is in Bangalore, Mahadevpura, the name of the constituency, for which many things has been brought about to the forelight of the people. One of it is there are 5 ways in which the BJP has stolen the votes, according to what Rahul Gandhi had said. Now, the first is basically duplicate voters, whereby one name, just imagine one voter has registered his name in about 4 or 5 polling booths, and he goes and votes in the morning here, in the afternoon there, by late evening in somebody else. And just imagine, so the capabilities of him undermining the entire democratic process in which one person is to have one voter is nullified, right? So he gets an advantage by voting in 4 places, and all of 4 vote counts. And just from that number itself, there are more than, just from that, in this constituency, just a small constituency, by the way. The other thing is that they're fake addresses. So when I say fake addresses, means the address does not even exist. The place does not even exist. You can't even find the place. But then voters exist. And where are they getting these addresses from? And just from this number, there are 40,000 voters in this constituency, whereby people have been using fake addresses which does not exist. Like house number 0 is a fake address. So where's the house number 0? You can't even find where it is. Yeah. So the other thing is bulk voters from one address. Imagine there's a small, when the Congress and even India Today, right, the press went and investigated, verified it. It's a small apartment which probably has 2 or 3 rooms, but in this small apartment there are more than 60 voters. And when they went and asked the owner of the house says, I don't even know who these voters are. So when the press had gone, it was, verified, that hello, it's just unbelievable of the kind of levels in which they're going. Out of this idea of doing these things like bulk voters from one address, more than 10,000 voters were made by the BJP. Invalid photos does not exist. The name is like only one name, there's no surname, there's nothing. There's more than 4,000 voters that were registered like this. So where's the ECI? Where did they check? Did the Election Commission even send a BLO to go checking, cross-check all of this? Nothing was done. It was just allowed. So then the fifth one especially is the misuse of Form 6. Now Form 6 ideally is a form in which a new voter can vote. So if I am touching 18 years old and I've crossed 18 years old and I want to be the first time voter, I will go and register and fill up a Form 6. Now this Form 6 has been filled by people who probably is of 70 years old plus, which is definitely not a first time voter. And how is it possible that such things are happening? So just from this idea of misuse of Form 6 also, they got around 33.6 thousand voters. So all these voters and everything that is happening here is a big question to the Election Commission. Where's the verification? Where's the work that you're supposed to do to check that these kind of leakages don't happen? And this is not a leakage anymore, yeah? This is like, of all these 5 points that I've mentioned, more than 1 lakh voters were made in that constituency. And 1 lakh voters is a huge number. And believe it or not, it can change everything. and for which obviously the BJP will win. And these kind of constituencies are true examples of that, the corruption has reached to what level. It's not just about monetary corruption anymore. You've corrupted the entire system. And even the election commission itself is under huge, it's questionable, the kind of work that they're doing. And every time these issues are being raised, the election commission seem to be going on a back foot and start talking nonsense, because at the end of the day, you're still a government organization, right? You're still a department. You're still supposed to do work. It doesn't matter if the Congress won the election or did not win the election. A lot of people voted for the Congress also, which means that people demand, and Rahul Gandhi is a representative of the public. So if he demands, if he gives a question, they should answer it like any other government department should. In fact, but they're becoming aggressive, which shows that there's something fishy behind it all. So these are the kind of things. So this is just the addition of voters, right? What about the deletion of voters? The deletion of voters is also huge. So if they feel as if the voters are not belonging to them, delete them. So that also will play a very critical role, especially given the fact that, this is South India, right? So South India BJP is not strong, and they're playing all sorts of drama out there to ensure that at least they gain some votes from somewhere or the other. Now the problem, why it matters for Meghalaya is, and it matters for the whole Northeast, is that BJP is starting to look towards the Northeast now. And you will notice that it came out on the news just yesterday, 11 hours ago, that even the ZPM MP is warming up to joining the BJP. ZPM MP is basically an MP from Mizoram, which is a local party, and the BJP is trying to use them as a surrogate to ensure that at least that concept of ensuring that the Congress does not come back into power is being taken care of. So if they're not able to do it themselves, they're using somebody else and trying to befriend as many local parties as possible and having a give and take policy with them, whereby obviously they'll take a lot more and they'll give a lot less. So by doing this, we've noticed that, it brings a lot of questionable things that will happen, like even in our state, because at the end of the day, we might, our MPs might have to sell their soul to ensure that they get certain things from the BJP, and at the end of the day, BJP holds them in their hand and grip them. You'll notice that even the NPP, MDA government right now, the NPP has a majority, but the NPP will not be able to kick out the BJP. So they'll still have 2 ministers, or 1 minister, 2 ministers, whatever. The BJP will still be a part of their government. Why? Because they're so scared. Because it's not just that they're scared, because they, at the end of the day, won together. So they will continue, and the benefits will continue to accrue for the few good men that is making merry and becoming richer by the day. But at the end of the day, what exactly is happening is the public that is losing out. The poverty is increasing in Meghalaya. You've also noticed that just a few weeks back, there was a report from an Assam paper, right? Assam Tribune, which says that Meghalaya has the highest number of families which earn less than 5,000 rupees. And that's actual poverty. So 5,000 rupees to survive in today's world is very difficult for many families. But the sad part is that most of our voters, right, as Banpira just mentioned earlier, that most of our voters don't understand the idea of voting. They still feel that voting is just about, it's just hangama. It's just something which is like more like a party that happens during the elections, and after the elections everything dies out, and they make a mistake while voting, and they feel as if they voted for the right party, but they don't understand the concept towards after the election what happens, and people are misusing everything, and they become poorer by the day. And that's something which I think is an alarming thing that we need to take care of, especially in the state of Meghalaya, because we demand that at least there should be some sort of a transparency from the election commission. Duplicate entry can also cancel genuine voters, obviously, right? Because these things do happen. So many parts, like even BLOs or verification of voters and so on and so forth, needs to be done on a regular basis. And I think these are pointers and learnings that even at a state level we should be wary, we should be careful about. and it's extremely important for the public at large to be aware that, we should not be hijacked. Yeah. Vampira will say certain things. So more or less that's what we wanted to say. Yeah.